Welcome back to Next Top Singer. We are still in the casting round. Please watch episode 1 for an introduction. Auditions may still be open, so please check the description for updated information. To make it in, you have to get a yes signal from at least 2 of the judges. 2 no signals means you are out. If you make it in, please read the description for instructions, and don't forget to confirm your role.
Hello, my name is Calvin Cooper, and I'll be singing Other Friends from Steven Universe. That's right, I heard the story over and over again. Gee, it's swell to finally meet her other friends. That's right, I heard the story, don't really like how it ends. Gee, it's swell to finally meet her other friends. What did she say about me? What did she say? What did she do without me? What did she do? Did she play games without me? What did she play? Did you think this time I would forget about you? Oh, that's right, I heard the story over and over again. Gee, it's swell to finally meet her other friends. Who am I? Who am I? What are you even saying? I'm the loser of the game you didn't know you were playing. Okay, just hit the minute mark, so I'm gonna stop now. Thank you for listening.
Oh, finally. Well, I guess I'll go first then, since I have something good to say.
Yeah.
I do have some constructive feedback on this, in that I feel like the song is the kind of song that you should act through, and I didn't necessarily feel a character or the emotion behind it. However, what really sold me on this audition was the tone. It was a lovely tone. The vibrato I found very enjoyable. I don't know if you guys remember the YouTuber Paint, but it was giving me like that kind of vibe. I do feel like diction needs a little bit of work, and supporting your voice to be able to add the right amount of emotion and power, but I did feel like there was potential there, and I would have liked to see more.
Yeah, so for me, Calvin, you have energy, but you have a bad mic, a bad song choice. It didn't really do anything for you, at least in my opinion. The song choice should show dynamics and range, preferably emotion and power as well, and it should fit your range most of all. I think this key was too low for you because it was throaty. At least you picked up on the needing to support your voice. That's kind of a deal breaker for me most of the time.
While I was super impressed by the ability to maintain the pitch in this song without an instrumental to guide the melody, I felt like this was not performed well from either a singing aspect or a acting aspect, and the choice of this song just really shot you in the foot. But I do agree with Emma. I think that there is potential there. It just didn't get showcased in this choice.
I was rooting for you, Calvin. I was rooting for you.
I was rooting for you. We are rooting for you. How dare you?
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
No, we weren't all rooting for you, obviously.
No, just me. But that's okay.
Hi, I'm Benjamin. For the 2 previous years, I have been a contestant on The Next Top Singer. Last year, I placed a joint 22nd place.
Second round.
And this year, I'm here to prove that 3rd time's the charm. I don't like my mind right now. Stacking up problems that are so unnecessary. We should act to slow things down. I wanna let go, put discomfort into panic. And I drive myself crazy, thinking everything's about me. Yeah, I drive myself crazy, 'cause I can't escape the gravity. I'm holding on. Why is everything so heavy? Holding on to so much more than I can carry. I could drag it around what's bringing me down. If I just let go, I'll be set free. Holding on. Why is everything so heavy?
I was actually super impressed by this entry as somebody who has been very involved with Benjamin's singing progress and journey, and I was really taken aback by the harmonies in this piece. They were so well put together, and he had dynamics, and I would have scored it higher except that there was speak singing in the beginning. It was very pretty, but it didn't showcase any vocal capability until halfway through the song.
Yeah, so I agree with you. There was a lot of talk singing in the beginning, and I also think he needs to work on his diction. But Benjamin, you are so welcome back. I think you have a cool rock tone, and you're cleaner than ever, actually. I like the harmonies, but I really felt the power when you belted after them. That was actually my favorite part of this. And the little nitpick is there was an obvious cut in the end, so use fading so you can mix it together more naturally. But overall, it was very good.
Yes, I don't have too much else to add. Obviously, I'm coming in as someone who doesn't have the history of hearing Benjamin before, but the harmonies were beautiful. I was very impressed with the harmonies. The emotion, the control over your rasp, it was all very pleasant to the ear. As Petru said, just be very careful with the production. You know, we're not here to judge you on how many takes it takes. As long as it's a good performance, just make sure that it's smooth and clean. And I really loved your tone in both the high and the low parts, which I feel like a lot of auditions you have issues with one or the other, but I really enjoyed both aspects of that, you know, of your voice. As said before, I think there are some issues with diction, but nothing that would take away from my overall thoughts on your audition. I'm excited to see more.
Yeah, totally.
Well, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars up above in your eyes. A fantabulous night to make romance 'neath the cover of October skies. And all the leaves on the trees are falling to the sound of the breezes that blow. And I'm trying to please to the calling of your heartstrings that play soft and low. And all the night's magic seems to whisper and a hush, and all the soft moonlight seems to shine in your blush. Well, can I just have one more moon dance with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love?
This one though. So Austin, big band always makes me excited for some reason, but only if it's done well, and this was really good. You have such a nice timbre for Michael Bublé. I love the runs as well, but they could be a little bit tighter on pitch. You also need to show a bit more dynamics, though you did show some, and you also started rushing with the snapping in the chorus. So either don't do that or record it separately and then mix your voice and the snapping together, because there were some issues with the timing. Your mic was also peaking, so check your settings or invest in a better mic. That's going to do well for your future singing career or as a hobby. But I am excited to have you here.
Hi, Austin. I think you can give my top scores a good run for their money. I must introduce you to my good friend, the metronome, when recording. That's going to be a very useful tool for you. And also, please mess with your input volume to prevent any peaking or clipping, because the real drawback of this performance was your mic and how all of your intonations weren't able to be clearly picked up because of the quality of the recording.
Yes, hello Austin. I feel like your voice is gorgeous. It is that beautiful jazzy type voice, the vibrato, the control of your voice. Your voice was smooth, it was pleasing to the ear. I loved my listen. It is unfortunate that those louder notes were distorting on the microphone, but you had a nice show of dynamics and your run at the end was gorgeous. So, very big win for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello there, my name is Dr. Aurora, or Aurora for short. I am 17, and I will be singing Come Little Children by Kate Covington. Come little children, I'll take thee away into a land of enchantment. my garden I'll shout. Follow, sweet children, I'll show thee a way through all the pain and the sorrows. Weep not, poor children, for life is this way, murder being beauty and passion.
Ooh. No, I do need to bring this up. So Aurora, I think you have a super cute voice, a lot of pitches though, especially on the attempts at the runs and the transitions, but the vibrato suited this genre. This music kinda reminded me of Ashley Serena, who's a really great new age artist that I recently discovered.
My heart is pierced by Cupid, I disdain all glittering gold.
A competition song needs more dynamics though, but I'm all for the unique voices, so I am going to say yes, and I'm a little bit disappointed with the other judges' votes.
I'll go next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Aurora. I thought your vibrato on especially the phrases sorrows and life is this way was absolutely gorgeous. I am also a fan of unique voices, but not so much of a fan that I'll overlook any strengthening that you need. I thought that if you had focused on training your resonance and sustain before auditioning for this competition, that perhaps you would be able to make it on, but your voice needs some strengthening and you have no sustain, and I feel like it just needs more work before you're really there.
Hi, Aurora. I definitely think there's potential there, but I do feel very strongly about this audition. I did not enjoy the tone of your voice.
No.
I feel like it sounds very immature, not in a bad sense necessarily, but I did not enjoy that more childish aspect to your voice. That's just a personal thing for me. I felt like you were going flat for a lot of the song, and I feel like there was generally just a lack of control. I feel like some of the vibrato was shaky. I feel like you were having trouble really locking into those notes. I think with a little more practice, I think you could absolutely kill it. And don't give up on singing. You know, I think you do have a beautiful voice. I think it just wasn't the voice for me personally.
I guess I do tend to be more lenient with unique voices. Maybe more than I should be, so I guess
For me, it depends
fair
on
enough.
the voice.
Oh,
There
okay.
are definitely unique voices that I absolutely love, and then there's other unique voices that just come across as very jarring to me. So, you know, it's always good to have a different perspective.
Some people search for a fountain, promises forever young. Listen, some people need 3 dozen roses, and that's the only way to prove you love them. Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all if it ain't you, baby. If I ain't got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, some just want everything, but everything means nothing if I ain't got you. Yeah.
So Kella, this was higher quality than most of the auditions to me. You have outstanding runs and riffs. I love the range. I'm only getting left channel only from this though, so check your settings.
Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all.
And you also need to work on being more powerful. I would have loved if you belted those higher notes instead of a mixed voice. But you have a great pitch, a great timbre. You are so ready for this competition.
I have nothing else to add to that personally. I think you said everything that I had in my notes. So yeah, amazing audition. Just make sure that you are recording in stereo and that your tracks aren't getting panned either way, just because that made it very hard to hear the full quality of your voice. But very beautiful voice, very well controlled. Absolutely nailed it.
How many points did you drop for left channel only?
I think honestly I dropped about 1.5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I think the rest of it for me was just wanting more power in the chorus to really drive that emotion.
Yeah, I only dropped like half a point about that, because if you got that through an editor, then you could easily make it mono, so I didn't feel like dropping it that much.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm very big on mixing, as that's something I do for a lot of my life. And I think for me, if you have the time to work on an audition, you also have the time to edit it, listen to it again, make sure that there aren't any errors with like the panning or, any sort of glitches or anything like that. So I think maybe just one more listen through to make sure that that was sorted out, maybe asking someone to help if you were unsure. I would have liked to see that.
Yes, I thought that this entry was gorgeous and that you were truly ready for this competition. I do fear the nasally quality in your voice, if that's going to take over most of your pieces, but that is a minor fear of mine. I definitely want to hear more of what you've got when you said listen in terms of pitch, so I want to hear more lower pitch from you. And the only thing that I really wish could have been in this song was bigger and bolder dynamics, and I wanted to feel that power and the emotion of this piece. But overall, it was amazing, and yes, please do look out for that panned left. We don't want that in all of my projects. That was sort of unacceptable, so just be careful on there and double check your recordings so that you don't have any mistakes for when you turn them in.
Hello, this is Julius Sky on YouTube. You know I want you. It's not a secret I try to hide. I know you want me, so don't keep saying our hands are tied. You claim it's not in the cards, but fate is pulling you miles away and out of reach from me. But you're here in my heart, so who can stop me if I decide that you're my destiny? What if we rewrite the stars? Say you were made to be mine. Nothing could keep us apart. You'll be the one I was meant to find. And it's up to you, and it's up to me. No one can say what we get to be. So why don't we rewrite the stars?
Hello, Julius. I feel like this listen was a little uncomfortable for me. I personally felt like the vocal placement was off and there was a little bit too much strain on the throat, especially with the flatness on some of those higher belts. It just felt very forced to me, and like I definitely want to make sure that people are using their voices healthily. And so for me, what I personally heard in this audition was concerning to me, and that is why I ultimately voted no. I think you do have potential, but a little more practice is needed to make sure that you are really looking after your voice.
Yeah, I did have notes on the strain as well, so I do see where you're coming from to a point. But Julius, I actually said you have a great falsetto, and I'm very picky when it comes to falsetto. So, but what's leading up to it was not great because you are straining your voice and lacking control. But I'm hopeful that with a better song choice and or changing the key, you're going to do well. I understand for this, lowering the key would have ruined the falsetto part, so you should have picked a different song choice and it might have worked out better.
Hi, Julius. I was going back and forth debating my score about this for a long time, actually. I am very concerned about people's vocal health, so I did not like that you were reaching for your notes for most of the piece. I feel like you have a very good blend, so I feel like if this had been a song where you sang mostly in Chester head voice and then you had some notes that reached into that falsetto, that you would be able to deliver that very well, which is something that I want to see from you, which is why I gave you the go ahead. But the extended use of falsetto was not a pleasant listen for me, if I'm being all honest. Still, I am looking forward to what you can deliver this competition.
Headed down south to the land of the pines, I'm thumbing my way to North Carolina, staring up the road and pray to God I see headlights. I made it down the coast in 17 hours, picking me a bouquet of dogwood flowers, and I'm a-hoping for Raleigh I can see my baby tonight. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me.
So Aaron, you have an awesome country voice, and that is really my thing. I love the roughness of it. It was a little flat here and there, especially in the beginning, but it was still enjoyable. I appreciate the dynamics, but you could still be more dynamic and a little grittier as well. You kind of remind me, or this kind of reminds me of Sam from season 5, because he also did this song, but he showed way more power and grit, so that should be your inspiration for future entries.
Okay, for me, I did really like your tone. You had a very smooth vocal. You had great pitch and control. I don't think I heard too much in terms of dynamics. And I'm not too sure about the song choice. I don't know the song personally, but I felt like the key changed in the second half. I don't know if that was intentional or if you lost the key, but overall, I think it was a very good audition. And yeah, that's it from me.
I'm excited to get another deep voice in this competition. There's a trend that goes on that the higher the better, and I don't think that is necessarily true. So I very much appreciate the tone and what you brought. This piece is very harmony dependent, so it felt very empty that this audition didn't have any. So I am looking forward to see if harmonies are something that you're able to do.
Yeah, because harmonies is hard a lot of the time.
Hard minis. Sorry, that was so bad.
Pagmamahal, pagmamahal. Oh, ito ang buhay na banal. Sayang-saya ko at ngayon alam ko na ang susi ng langit, sinta, lumilipad, ang puso ko. Sa bituin tayo magpapakasal. O ikaw ay aking himala na pinapangarap ko. Walang katulad sa iyong pagmamahal.
It's all green, let's move!
Well, I just have to say, Sliver Shwan, you have one of the most beautiful male voices to me in this competition. I really felt the emotion in this, even though it was a foreign language song, and that's a great power to have. You were very soft and sensitive. There was a true nerve in this with the soft vibrato and nice runs. It was very breathy, which gave an ambient and relaxing vibe to it. It was all soft singing though, so you have no dynamics, and I wonder if you're capable of that. That's something you're going to have to show moving forward.
I do have one thing to say. I definitely agree with everything that was just said. I do feel like there needs to be more work done on breath control. I felt like you were taking way too many breaths and not at all of the right times. And I do know you were using a lot of air in your vocal, but I still feel like you should be able to sustain more notes, more words before you need to breathe in between. As in some places it felt like you were breathing in between almost every word. Other than that though, very strong audition, and excited to see more.
I felt like this was very dreamy. If you ever audition for the Filipino Cinderella, I'm voting for you. But be careful for puffing on the mic in the future. I definitely had breath control as one of my notes, so focus on being able to hold and sustain and not using your breath so much to deliver.
Hi, this is Monique Tanguay. First time in a singing competition. Here I go. 25 years and my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope for a destination. I realized quickly when I knew I should that this world was made up of this brotherhood of man, for whatever that means. And so I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out what's in my head, and I'm feeling a little peculiar. And so I wake up in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream from the top of my lungs, what's going on?
Okay, so Monique, I'm always excited when we get a contestant that's a bit older than the average contestant because this competition is full of very young people. Obviously, you have maturity in your voice, that was very nice, and I enjoyed the lower bits, but it was a little bit pitchy with no real power, and this is a power chorus, so it makes it sound a bit karaoke. You should consider training and or avoid songs where you need to belt, because otherwise it's just gonna expose your weaknesses. You need to focus on showing other strengths like emotion, range, and a unique style and versatility. I don't know about your music taste, but you could have a unique range of styles compared to the other contestants if you go for those older hits, for example. So you should talk to mentors about song choice.
I also got very excited to hear such a beautiful and mature voice. I do think that this song wasn't able to show off any of your strengths. In fact, it just made me think about how great of a voice actor that you might be, and I didn't get any emotion from this nor dynamics, and I really wanted to see something that had more of a melody and that can showcase what you're capable of.
I definitely agree. I think it's refreshing to have a mature voice in the competition. I felt like you had pretty good control over your voice, but it's very clear that you're more comfortable in your lower range. And as someone who also is quite a low singer, make sure that you are really showcasing that and showing off your voice in other ways than jumping to high notes. I felt like you were a little pitchy in the highs, and you were also switching to your head voice as opposed to belting, which took away from the emotion of those high notes. But I do feel like you have experience and potential, and I definitely want to see what you can bring to the next round.
Yeah, pretty much agree with that.
I see your eyes in the flowers. I'll pick a bunch for your room, green and blue to match your pictures. You looked so good in green. I hope you're well. And you looked so good with him. And I'm proud of you still. I miss your perfect teeth. I was too blunt. I hope you feel happy. That's all I want.
What is happening?
Okay, checking my comments. Do I really wanna...
Let me guess. This is a unique tone, isn't it?
Yes, it is. But I mean...
And that's why I voted so low.
Okay, I guess
just didn't like the
we
song.
have already started talking about this, so sure, whatever. So Leiah, this was cursive singing, and that is a stylistic choice, but I don't like the sliding so much for an audition where we are trying to judge your ability to stay in pitch. And this was a very repetitive song to me with no dynamics and range, but you have a beautiful voice though with potential. You really need to think about song choice next time you audition for something, and the versatility.
I'm gonna be a bit of a Simon Cowell for a second.
Ooh.
I just feel like the tone was whiny. I really did not like the cursive singing. Even if your pitch and control wasn't bad, because it was good, it was just such an unpleasant listen for me with the tone of your voice. I think maybe I would look into other aspects, other ways of singing, other styles, genres, but this is a personal thing. So if you enjoy singing that way, you know, I'm not going to tell you to stop. It just was not the audition for me. I'm sorry.
I also did not like this audition. It was very one-dimensional because Cavetown is also very one-dimensional, and it's great for when you want to sit in the bathroom and just be alone for a few moments, but it does nothing in terms of show off your vocal prowess. While your sustain was super good, there was no emotion, no dynamics, and if the little nuances aren't tackled in this piece and harmonies aren't covered, this is really a song that you sing in the car on the way to work and not for a competition.
Agreed.
Okay, I guess that is a thing with me again, where I give too much lenience for so-called unique voices. But unique voices are mostly just cursive singing, so okay, I can move on.
Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more auditions in the next episode. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.